जी हरि बोल। Okay, Hare Krishna. Actually, it's already at 7:50 now. We can start. Okay, so we'll continue with our glorious prayers from Srimad Bhagavatam series. We are still on Queen Kunti's prayers. So do Jai Radha Madhav for some time. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janava Girvaradhari Gopi Janava Girvaradhari Yashodanandana Bhaja Yashodanandana Bhaja Jana Yamunati Yamunati Vanacharya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhu, Prabhu, Jaya Prabhu. Jaya Jaya Guru. Om Srimanandi. Hare Krishna. Okay, we all can do Mangalacharan together. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utpadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganalal Amtam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुर्भ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री निताय गौर चंद्र की जय। श्री श्री राधा शरद बिहारी ललिता सखी विशाखा सखी की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय। So we are still on Queen Kunti's prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So last time we discussed 1837. Very, very nice prayer. And few points that we discussed, just as a recap, that Mother Kunti is praying to Bhagavan Shri Krishna that you have this verse, right? 37. You have executed all duties yourself. Are you leaving us today? Though we are completely dependent on your mercy and have no one else to protect us. So she's showing her dependence, complete dependence on Bhagavan Krishna. So, few bullet points that we discussed were how she is completely surrendered to Krishna, both Pandavas and Mother Kunti. And we also discussed the 6 points in Sharanagati, as told to us by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and how our consciousness, our goal is to absorb ourselves completely in Krishna Nam, Nam Gane Sadaruchi. And also that we are always in danger. Just like if we see practically at this point, Mother Kunti and Pandavas, all their problems are resolved. They have won the war, they've got the kingdom. Now Maharaj Yudhishthira is the emperor of the whole planet. So they have all the opulence. All the Kauravas are dead now. Nobody is going to trouble them. But still, she's remembering that no matter what we have in this world, we are always in danger and without Krishna. So she's expressing that we are not yet safe. If you think that we are safe and you're leaving us, we are not yet safe. Except your lotus feet, there is no other shelter. So when we see Krishna is no more here, right? As a personality himself. But he is so merciful that every now and then he sends us invitation. Just like if we have to go to a marriage, we wait for the marriage invitation, we will not go without, right? So he knows our psychology that we also need invitation to go back to Krishna, just like a marriage invitation. So what are Krishna's invitations? For invitation, there has to be a card. And if we go back in time, there was no WhatsApp, no emails. Okay, just send a flyer and they are inviting, everybody inviting others. Somebody used to go personally to invite all the relatives, all the friends. So just a thought, what are Krishna's invitations to us?
Krishna's invitation is like he sent some saintly person.
Right.
To like attract us in the spiritual.
Right. And the invitation cards are Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, right? These are real invitation cards. Krishna is calling out to us that, come, I'm waiting for you. And just like Prabhuji said, the messengers are pure devotees of Krishna. They go door to door, country to country, city to city to invite us. So we met Guru Maharaj 2 to 3 days back, 80 years, 80 plus years, right? Still he's roaming around every other day, other house, other bathroom, other food, right? We go for even for vacation for a week. After a week, at least I feel nothing. No, there is no, comfort like home. Let's go back to my home where everything is as per me, right? And there every other day, and already he is back in India. So many devotees, pure devotees of Krishna, they are traveling around the whole world to invite us. So just want to make sure we understand that Krishna has not left us, although he has left the planet 5,000 years back. He's sending his personal invitation to all of us. Now it's up to us whether we accept that invitation, right? That choice is always uh, is left to the guest, right? And those who accept Krishna's invitation, their life transforms. They have a lot of fun. So we'll go to the next verse. Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubihi saha pandavaha bhavato darshanam yarhi Rishikanam Iveshituhu. Anyone would like to recite? Evayam nama rupabhyam yadubihi saha pandavaha bhavato darshanam yarihi ऋषिकाणाम इवेशुतः इवेशितुः. Anyone else? Yep. केवयं नाम रूपाभ्याम यदुभिः सह पाण्डवः भवतो दर्शनं यर्हि ऋषिकाणामिवेशितुः. के, who are, vayam, we, nam rupabhyam, without fame and ability. Oh, sorry. Ke, who are, vayam, we, nam rupabhyam, without fame and ability, yadubihi, with the yadus, saha, along with, pandavaha, and the pandavas, bhavata, your, adarshanam, absence, yarhi, as if, rishikanam, of the senses, eva, like, ishituhu, of the living entity, of the living being. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As the name and fame of a particular body is finished with the disappearance of the living spirit, similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities, along with the Pandavas and Yadus, will end at once. Okay. So, anyone would like to read the purport? Loud.
Kunti Devi is quite aware that the existence of the Pandavas is due to Sri Krishna only. Pandavas are undoubtedly well established in name and faith and are guided by the great King Yudhishthira, who is morality personified. And the Yadus are undoubtedly great allies, but without the guidance of Lord Krishna, all of them are non-entities, as much as the senses of the body are useless without the guidance of consciousness. No one should be proud of his prestige, power, and fame without being guided by the favor of the material. The living beings are always dependent, and the ultimate dependable object is the Lord himself. We may, therefore, invent by our investment of material knowledge all sorts of counteracting material resources. But without being guided by the Lord, all such inventions end in fiasco. However strong or doubt the reactionary elements may be.
Fiasco. All right. So, very nice point here, Queen Kunti. So, remember the point that she was anticipating that Krishna might say. So, she said in the previous verse that you are thinking we are safe, but we have more enemies now. We are not safe, we are in danger. So, Krishna might say, oh, you have him, you have Arjun. So, great warriors like Pandavas. And even if that is not enough, if you will be in trouble, I can send the whole Yadu army who can even conquer the heavenly planets, my army from Dwarka. So Krishna is already putting up argument that no, who are these Pandavas and Yadus without you? They have no power. Pandavas, my sons, have no strength on their own. Remember, there is a story that comes after the war of Mahabharata, when Pandavas won the war. Krishna asked Arjun to jump off the chariot. So Arjun said, no, how can I get off the chariot before you? Because of you, we won the war. So he said, but Krishna knew internally Krishna is having little pride. I'm such a great warrior that I got every Pandavas win the war. So Krishna insisted, no, you first get off the chariot, Arjun. So Arjun, of course, he was a surrendered soul to Krishna. he got off the chariot, and then Krishna off, there was a big explosion, and the whole chariot gets destroyed. Hmm? So point is that the whole world thinks Arjuna was a great fighter. Of course he was, but because of him they won the war. But because Krishna was there, uh, there were so many great warriors in the opposite army also that all their arrows, all their divya astra, hmm, they were hitting, but they couldn't harm Arjuna. Mhm. But that energy, the destructive energy was always there. Thank you. Thank you. The destructive energy or all those arrows were already they have impacted the chariot. So, but because of Krishna, everything was holding up. So Krishna wanted to show to Arjun, right? That it is just because of me you are safe. So that's the and Mother Kunti knew that these Yadus or Pandavas have no value without Shri Krishna. Hmm? Also, there is in the 15th chapter, when Arjuna he goes to Dwarka and finds out that Krishna has left the planet. The whole story comes how Krishna leaves the planet after performing his pastimes. Then Arjun says, what he says? He comes back to Hastinapur, and Maharaj Yudhishthir was asking Arjuna, how's Krishna, how's everyone in Dwarka? Maharaj Yudhishthir didn't know that Krishna has left. There are a series of 10-20 verses where Arjuna is explaining, O king, the supreme personality of Godhead, Hari, who treated me exactly like an intimate friend, has left me alone. Thus my astounding power, which astonished even the demigods, is no longer with me. Hmm? So he's very distressed. He knew that without Krishna, even his Gandiv has no power. There is no power. So same thing. And he also says, I have just lost him, whose separation for a moment would render all the universes unfavorable and void, like bodies without life. The same thing Mother Kunti, Queen Kunti is saying, that just like this existence of this body is because of soul, consciousness. Hmm? We eat, we sleep, we talk, right? Right? Because of what? How come we are able to eat, sleep, and talk? Because we have consciousness, because of soul. Otherwise, this body is just dead body. It's already dead, right? Similarly, this world is functioning because of super soul, Krishna. How? Rains are happening, flowers are booming, sun shines every day, every morning, earth is moving. So this material world is just moving and doing and functioning because of super soul, Krishna, right? So going back to the Kuntis, now this consciousness, Srila Prabhupada gives very nice example in his classes. Just like without sun, there cannot be sunshine. When we say there is a sunshine, there is sun, has to be sun, right? And when we are seeing this power, right? This light, everything is functioning, projector, sound system. But this light, this electricity is coming from where? Powerhouse, right? And how come it is controlled from powerhouse? By some technician, some mind of some electrician is working there, or some engineer is working there. Similarly, this consciousness is all the soul, it is controlled by the super soul, the super powerhouse, Krishna. And consciousness, when we say consciousness, it means Krishna consciousness. Why? Because this consciousness has no existence of itself without Krishna. We are part and parcel of Krishna. Just like there couldn't be sunshine without sun. So Queen Kunti is also saying, no matter how beautiful somebody is, strength somebody has, how much intelligence anyone has, without consciousness, without Krishna consciousness, it has no value. This body does not belong to us anyway. We are like a tenant. We just reside in this body for some time, and then change our bodies. Denosmin yatha dehe. So, all whatever we possess, so we should, when we remember this fact, like Queen Kunti, she knows that everything belongs to Krishna. When we remember this fact, then all our senses, all our gross senses, subtle senses, mind, intelligence, ego, they belong to Krishna. They are property of Krishna. So when the property belongs to somebody else, we always use that property to serve that person, right? When a loan mowing guy comes, he's not mowing his lawn, he's mowing for us, right? Similarly, they should be used in pleasing and for the happiness of Krishna. Whatever we have, our speech, our mind, everything should be used in the service of Krishna. That's why whenever we say something, whenever we speak something, we should be conscious. What are we speaking about Krishna? Are we glorifying him? Or something related to Krishna consciousness or not, right? Or are we just gossiping or criticizing or some negative discussions are going on? We should be very, very careful. Otherwise, we are misusing these senses given to us by Krishna. So, another thing I heard yesterday only, there was a very nice short lecture by Srila Prabhupada. He was giving a very beautiful example that these two things cannot go together. Which two things? Spiritual and material. Sometimes we think we're balanced. Initially, when somebody comes into Krishna consciousness, we say it's all spiritual. Just like even this material world, it's like a small cloud in the whole spiritual dimension, right? Just like a small jail, prison house in a city. So Srila Prabhupada give an example, just like if there are two glasses, right? And there is one glass of water. Now, if you want to put milk in that water, the glass of water, what do we have to do? Water is already there. We have to empty that. Half or 25% or 10%? Full, because we want full milk, right? If we mix it, it will be very diluted, not pure milk, right? Similarly, we cannot say I will keep 50% water, 50% milk. If not 100% pure, result will be mixed, right?
Say we want 2%, 1%
Then they will get it 2%, 1%. Whatever we desire, we get it. If they can't digest 100%, then they're lost, right? Right? Right.
So we can say that person, like, if we are not 100% Krishna conscious, then we are in Maya. We can say.
Of course, I mean, if we are not 100%, if 90% Krishna consciousness, then 10% Maya.
Yes.
They have to be 100%, right? Yeah. Yeah. Right. So that's why we should never think that we are pure, right? We are not. So
So that Prabhupada said that make it Krishna conscious, right? Like whatever you are eating, offer it to Krishna and make it Krishna conscious.
right. That's why all these activities, Srila Prabhupada made it very easy for us. Everything we do for Krishna. Even work, karma yoga. We should learn that art. I mean, it's very easy to say that offer our work to Krishna, but do we remember? Right? Right? So, not so. So there are techniques to do that. Devotees can share some tricks and tactics how to do that, and slowly, it can become karma yoga, real karma yoga. So when if we are not 100% following the path of bhakti, then result will be mixed. We should accept it. Then we cannot accept my guru is not potent enough, or Krishna is not helping me, or the process is faulty, it's not working out, right? Because we are not doing 100%, so we are not getting 100% result.
Like you said, like while we are working also, we should remember Krishna. So nowadays, even for a student or for adult, like you're working in office or the work is so much. One after another, there's a meeting. One after another, there's a task. After that, there's another task. like 8 hours goes, you can't remember anything personal also, or the whole day goes like this. So I know some people say easily that okay, after the meeting done, like you can easily say Hare Krishna, but even you are so much in stress or the work mode, you don't remember actually.
Right.
That's the
Right.
thing. So how
That's
do
a
you,
practical problem, right?
What is the practical tip actually in that case? Like, how does one become like during the whole
You
day?
have to train your mind. You have to train your mind. Train your mind. Is Hare Krishna till morning to evening, and you say Devendraji is bad, then all this Hare Krishna is gone.
Right.
So you
So-
have to be very, very careful when you are in conscious.
So one good thing, second thing is true. I'm bad anyway. But one good thing is, very nice point.
Example.
Very nice point.
That's what our gurus say.
Right. So our spiritual practice, that's why what is the sadhana for devotees? Complete all your rounds in the morning. When we do that, we can see the difference in our whole day. No matter how much meeting, how much work you will have, you will see remembrance of Krishna more and more.
Right.
As long as we complete all our sadhana nicely in the morning. That's the best day, best part of the day. That is one trick. Second trick is chant between the meetings. Take darshan of Krishna. Like Parikshit Prabhu always says, screensavers you can use, background images on the phone, right? Something. So just like we put reminder for meetings, we can put reminder for Krishna consciousness. And one of the easiest practice that is always shared by devotees who are doing it is morning sadhana. I mean, it's very, very practical, very, very measurable that whenever morning sadhana is done properly before work, then the whole day falls in place. Or even if day is very busy, very hectic, we will feel the difference that you will not be feeling that much pressure or stress during the day, right? And then we pray to Krishna, right? That is the part that we always forget. We think this is how life should be. Sometimes, so a lot of people think if life is not busy, something is wrong. But we should pray to Krishna that please allow me to or make the arrangements in such a way the whole day I can remember you. So we can do that prayer right before work, noon, after the work is done. Very simple. 3 times we can pray and before the sleep. So there has to be some effort. It will not happen on its own. Is that okay, bro? Some simple tips. And please pray that I can also follow all this. Okay, so Kunti is saying that just like this body is functioning due to soul, everything is functioning in this whole world because of Krishna. So let me go back to now next 3 words actually. Let's also read the next words. They are in combination. This 38, 39, and 40. Right? So we can read this one also. Nayam sobhishyate tatra yathedani gadadhara tvatpader ankita bhati swalakshana vilakshitehi. O Gadadhar Krishna, our kingdom is now being marked by the impressions of your feet, and therefore it appears beautiful when you leave, but when you leave, it will no longer be so. So everything Kunti is saying that is looking beautiful is just because you have walked on that land, right? The beautiful purport. Anyone would like to read?
There are certain particular marks on the feet of the Lord which distinguish the Lord from others. The marks of a flag, thunderbolt, an instrument to drive an elephant, umbrella, lotus, disc, etc., are on the bottom of the Lord's feet. These marks are impressed upon the soft dust of the land where the Lord traverses. The land of Hastinapur was thus marked while Lord Sri Krishna was there with the Pandavas, and the kingdom of the Pandavas thus flourished by such auspicious signs. Kunti Devi pointed out these distinguished features and was afraid of ill luck in the absence of the Lord.
Right? So why it is very auspicious when Krishna walks? We also walk so many places, right? We don't make anything auspicious. But when Krishna and his pure devotees, wherever they go, they make that place auspicious. And there are certain signs, certain marks on the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. So on the picture you can see the lotus feet of Shri Krishna and Radharani. There's so many, I think 16 marks, 19 marks on each side, right? Total. But for Radha and Krishna, both 19 marks each, right? During COVID, Guru Maharaj had beautiful session all, I think, for 5-6 months. And we practiced the, understanding the meaning of all the symbols. Maybe we can discuss that sometime, some series we can do. Because these symbols are just not for the sake of some picture or diagram. Each of these symbols have multiple meanings. That is very, very helpful in our spiritual life. For example, and another important thing here is, whose lotus feet are these? Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Yeah.
Combined appearance of Radha and Krishna. So we can see the combined, the common features of Radha and Krishna. They are also present in Lord Chaitanya's feet. And Lord Chaitanya has, I think, 32 symbols. Yes. Yeah. So we can take few of these symbols. For example, we can see umbrella, barleycorn, thunderbolt. We can see lotus flower, chariot, club, conch shell. These things on this lotus feet. Now, what is the significance of barleycorn? Anyone knows? This defines that how his devotees, they always get all enjoyable opulences. But how? By serving his lotus feet. So that grain, they get the fruit of that. The disc chakra, it means that Krishna, he cuts down using the disc. He destroys all our anarthas, the 6 main anarthas: lust, greed, anger, calm, envy. Krishna will using this chakra, right? When we meditate on that. Similarly, each symbol has different meanings. The calf footprints, for it means for somebody who is surrendered to Krishna, crossing this great ocean of material world is just like a child jumps over the calf's footprint in the rainy season, just like in the play mode, right? For devotees, it becomes very easy to cross over this material world. So beautiful meanings. I think we should cover it sometime. Even gopis, when we are singing the Gopi Geet, right? They said, Vraj, right? The Vrindavan is why glorious? Why? Because Krishna appeared there, right? They say, your birth in the land of Braj has made it exceedingly glorious. It is only for your sake that we, your devoted servants, maintain our lives. So if we see, Mother Kunti is sharing the same feelings, what gopis shared. We sang it during the Kartik. We can sing this particular verse also together. Jayati Tedhikam Janmana Vraja Shrayat Indira Shashvadatrahi Daita Drishyata Dikshutavaka Dvaidrita Shivas Tvam Vichimvate. So when Krishna appears, right, something beautiful happens. We were discussing in the morning Bhagavatam class also today. Hmm. Why it is very auspicious, very beautiful wherever Krishna goes. So when in Vrindavan, all seasons also exist simultaneously. Hmm. In this world for us, either it is summer or winter or monsoon or whatever, right? I could never remember the six seasons also. I just know three main, right? But we can see the list. What are the six main seasons? Vasant Ritu, Grishma Ritu, Varsha Ritu, Sharad Ritu, Hemant Ritu. Now we are Shishir Ritu, winter. Hmm. So even actually in Krishna book there is a beautiful description in Bhagavatam for the autumn season, which is Sharad Ritu. The whole chapter is uh, how it feels like to be in Vrindavan in autumn. So when we say all seasons exist simultaneously in Golok Vrindavan, hmm, it means that they serve Krishna, meaning different seasons can coexist in the same area where Krishna is. We can't even comprehend it. How can summer and winter be at the same time? We either feel cold or warm, right? Or in different forests of Vrindavan, there will be different seasons at the same time. So Krishna can perform Leela right now, and then he want to perform Leela in a Vasant Ritu, he will go in the other forest at the same. So that season manifests there, right? So everything becomes very auspicious and very they become servant of Krishna when Krishna is even on this planet. Like Golok Vrindavan is obviously this is happening, but when Krishna appears here, wherever he goes, hmm, time is in his control. Hmm, and everything, all seasons serve Radha and Krishna as per their desire or the desire of their intimate servants, right? How gopis or Vrinda Devi would like them to serve. Depending on that mood, the seasons will change and serve Radha and Krishna. Hmm. This is the beauty of this Golok Vrindavan Dham. And this is confirmed by Brahmaji in Brahma Samhita. Hmm. चिन्तामणि प्रकरसद्मशुकल्पवृक्ष लक्षावृतेषु सुरभेरभिपलयन्तम् लक्ष्मीसहस्रशतसम्भ्रम सेव्यमानुः गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. This Divya Vrindavan is mentioned in Brahma Samhita, and the same Vrindavan appears on this planet. Hmm. Right now, when we go to Vrindavan, what we see is Prakat Vrindavan right now. But there is a Prakat Vrindavan, and then there is uh, Prakat, and then there is a Golok Vrindavan also there. So there are two more Vrindavans within the same dimension. But depending on our drishti, we see what is outside. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
If you go to Vrindavan now, right now, so you can see all the seasons in different places?
No.
No.
That happens only for Radha and Krishna, right? Yeah. So we will discuss at some point that they become servant of Krishna. So time is no more limited. It is said that even sun and moon, they appear as per Krishna's wish. So it could be noon, but if Krishna wants to perform some night pastime, sun will go and moon will come right now there. Hmm. Even if you think about the whole Chorasi course, Vrindavan, and when we see these pastimes of Radha Krishna meeting, Sakhas of Krishna, they are meeting from coming from different villages of Vrindavan. How come it is possible in the one day? Morning somewhere, afternoon somewhere. So it is said, just like this picture shows us, this Vrindavan is actually like a lotus. What happens? Lotus, right now it is bloomed. So all the leaves of lotus are distance. But as per Krishna's pastime and his desires, they will become, close. So those the distance will become very, very less. It could be for us 10 miles, but for Krishna, it could be just, or Radharani, it could be just 10 minutes walk. So it's divya, right? So that is the beauty of Golok Vrindavan. Okay, so let's see how much time is left. Okay, we can continue for maybe 10-15 minutes more. Is that okay? And the last verse for today was this. Ime jana pada sraddha shupakva aushadhi virudha vana vedante tava vikshatahi. All these cities and villages are flourishing in all respects because the herbs and grains are in abundance. The trees are full of fruits, the rivers are flowing, the hills are full of minerals, and the ocean full of wealth. And this is all due to your glancing over them. Everything beautiful we see, or Kunti is saying, she is correctly, in a truthful way, honestly, she is giving the credit to Shri Krishna. Now, this glance, see, these verses are just not very poetic. They have a lot of deep meanings, and they are connected with Krishna's pastimes. When we talk about Krishna's glance, which is mentioned here, any pastime that comes where Krishna's glance has made things nice or lively, any pastime anyone can remember from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10?
Krishna's glance, the one in Mathura, who's, I forget her name, her back got straight after.
Yeah, that was not just glance, right? He touched her, right?
press किया था ना
हाँ,
back
हाँ,
when Draupadi is in the forest and she has to like feed some like Akshay Patras to kind of
Akshay Patras. Right, right. Is it really wonderful pastime, but it was just because of glance or just because of Krishna's presence there? Presence, right? We can say Krishna was there, but especially from Canto 10, Kaliya Naman. How? What happened when Mother Yamuna's water become all poisonous because of Kaliya serpent? Then many boys, many sakhas of Krishna, they drank that water and they actually died. When Krishna came there, he just looked at them and it comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, beautiful visual pastime. He just gives a glance over those sakhas and they become alive. Similarly, that is why we love Jagannath, big eyes, big glance, right? And by mercy of Srila Prabhupada, the Rath Yatra is not just happening in Puri, it is happening all over the world now. So big eyes. Millions of people go every year to Jagannath Puri, right? And many people are even blind. So if you ask them, you are blind, how will you take darshan of Jagannath? So their bhav is, no matter I can't see it, but he's seeing me.
Yeah.
He will purify me. Beautiful mood, right? Yeah. In Puri, one devotee was telling me, the autos, many autos, they write Kaliya Dekhichu. Kaliya is watching. Who is Kaliya? Krishna, Jagannath. So the deeper meaning is that if we can remember this, that Krishna is always watching us, we will be careful in our dealings. We will not do which is not pleasing to Krishna. But the problem is, the challenge is how to remember. Like Prabhuji said, we are always busy, right? And it is like a Krishna CCTV, which does, but it is a very, very strong camera because it just don't see outside what we are doing. Krishna can see it inside out. Our innermost desires, our thoughts, right? He can watch and he can comprehend everything. Our unspoken desires. So the one answer to, or one more tip could be that we always remember Krishna's CCTV is always on, right? If whenever in the temple, now when installed a camera, few years back when we installed a camera in the temple, all those 5, 6 cameras, suddenly whoever knew camera is there, they all become very conscious. Our activities became little more sober, right? So that's the effect. So we have to also always remember Krishna's CCTV is already watching us. Hmm? Be conscious of Krishna's glance. That is the meaning of this. And Mother Kunti is aware of his glance. Hmm? So we see here this mood of Queen Kunti here is that externally all her and Pandava's problems are solved, but now still she is hankering for Krishna consciousness. What happens to us when everything is going right for us? Forget about Krishna. We don't care. Honestly, don't care. We might still be doing because somebody has told us to do our daily mechanically, but the deeper, just crying for Krishna will never happen when we are in, everything is going on good for us. Only when we have problems, we cry for Krishna for help, right? So, one another learning from Queen Kunti is that now when everything is right, still she is hankering for Krishna, that understanding. Hmm? So when the things are going on good, we also try to remember Krishna. And this cannot be done artificially. We need very deep understanding. Hmm? What we need is Manya Shunyata. What it means? Total, complete surrender and humility. Just like the humility of Kunti, she is not giving any credit to her sons or anybody else. She is giving all the credit to Krishna. And we should be convinced that everything is happening by grace of Krishna, not artificially. Convinced. Hmm? So currently, we are not Krishna in our heart also. He's so nearer to us than Krishna. If we think about it as a super soul, Krishna is in our heart. Why are we not able to see him?
We are not pure.
Not pure. So there is a big bubble between us and Krishna. What that bubble is? Why are we not pure? Meaning, what is this bubble consist of? Anarthas, right? And the reason for those anarthas is our mind, intelligence, and ego, which are subtle body, right? So we can say, remember it by me, MIE, mind, intelligence, ego. Hmm? That is a bubble between us and Krishna. How to puncture that bubble now? We chant. We chant nicely. We read these prayers, these scriptures nicely, right? Just not in a story format, but we try to understand them nicely, right? So,
On your prayer, Padma Prabhu used to say, when we chant nice, when we read, then there's one more thing happened, we get puffed up. Oh, I'm a big devotee.
correct.
So we have.
I have that point also. Yeah. I cannot leave that point because that's very important for us at least, right? So we follow the principles of bhakti. So each of these items we perform in bhakti, not by our own mind, by getting it from our gurujans, right? Just जो मन में आया वो किया वो that will not work. Each of these items works as a pin, and that will start puncturing that bubble, right? Now we start puncturing this bubble, and that gap between us and super soul or Krishna reduces. But the point she brought up, our desire should be very clean and honest, right? Otherwise, the same process that we are doing to achieve or go near to Krishna will make us even more puffed up, more ahankar. Hmm? That will cover this bubble of MIE, me, even more densely. Otherwise, same chanting, it all depends on our desires. Same chanting will create that ahankar even more. Krishna fulfills our desires, right? And this Harinam is Chintamani. Whatever we desire, we'll get it, right? If we want material opulence, we'll get it. Harinam has that power to give us. Of course, based on our karma, when those stock of our karma is finished, we'll get everything we want, right? We want ahankar, he will get ahankar, right? So that point is very, very important. What is our desire? It all boils down to our desire. So we, as long as we are conscious of this fact and we are honestly working on our desire, then these processes will bring us nearer to Krishna, or depending on our desires, will take us further to Krishna, from further away from Krishna. Is that okay? So in five, actually it was disappearance day of Srila Bhakti Sri Thakur Maharaj also on 19th December. Very, very special personality. So we'll just spend 5 minutes on glorifying him, although even one class is not enough to glorify him. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki jai. So there is a whole, let me see what else I can cover quickly. So he, of course, comes in the Brahma Gaudiya, very, very special personality in this parampara. Actually, we are sitting here, or whatever we are doing is just because of the compassion of all these acharyas, our spiritual masters. So we should glorify them for our purification. So quickly after departure of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there was lot of misunderstanding of Vaishnavism. 500 years back. Yeah, 500 years back. Even the Vaishnavas were not following the practices purely. It was all mixed up. A lot of nonsense was going on. So then Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur appeared, and he brought up a lot of changes, a lot of reforms. Then he prayed to Lord Krishna to give him a son who can help him in the mission of re-establishing this mission of Vaishnavism, especially Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And by mercy of Krishna, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur appeared. He appeared in Puri. And there were very nice pastimes when he appeared, and how Jagannath Rath Yatra cart stops in front of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house, and it will not move until garland came over from Jagannath for his son. So maybe we could cover all that sometime. So there were a lot of extraordinary signs even before the birth of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, and even after his birth. This is the birthplace. It is a Gaudiya Math now in Puri. It is a birthplace also, the same house. Some pastimes. The most important thing was that he was very revolutionary in his ideas to propagate Bhakti movement. He connected many Britishers were ruling over. So he influenced a lot of high-profile Britishers and intellectual classes towards understanding of Vaishnavism. And that's how a lot of focus came into it, and he could help writing and propagating the Bhakti movement very nicely in those times. Otherwise, it was very difficult, right? He was very highly literate. And if we read his literatures, very high class Bengali, very high class Sanskrit and English, but not easy to understand. But a lot of elite class got influenced because of his the way he propagated Bhakti movement at that time. And then he took initiation from Sri Gauradas Maharaj. Yeah, this is very, very nice. Here, he took a vow before he started his preaching mission. He took a vow to chant 3,300,000 names of Mahamantra every day. 3 lakhs, right? How much we do? Maybe 16,000. When we do 16 rounds, it is equivalent to 16,000, a little more.
1,600.
If we do 16 rounds of our Mahamantra on the beat, no, 16 into 108, 16,000 something, right? But he took a vow to chant 3,300,000 names every day, and he No, should be 16,000.
1600.
Okay, maybe, yeah, maybe. But then you have to multiply by 16, right?
27.
27,000
It's 7.
Into 16. 16 into 108
1,000.
into 16. Because each name is also name of Krishna, right? Hare Krishna. 16 syllables
108.
into 16 times into 108.
Times 16.
Huh.
27 times 108 times.
So 27,000,
27,648.
648, right? So he took a vow to take 3 lakh 300,000 names, right? And he took a vow that only when he will complete 1 billion names of Krishna, he will start his preaching. It took him 9 years. He just didn't say, "Oh, now I am a great devotee, I've initiated, I will start preaching." Right? Right? No. It took him at least 10 years. Every day he was chanting 192 rounds.
Wow.
One is So the point is that Janam Sarthak Kari Kar Parupkar. Without without the approval of our Guru, without the approval of our seniors, we should not do anything in bhakti. So he never thought I am such a qualified person, qualified devotee, such an intellectual, such a highly scholar. I can just start giving updates to others. No. And there's a whole uh, details about how he was living in a small hut. He was chanting. When it used to rain, he used to hold umbrella in one hand, keep chanting because water used to leak from that hut. And he used to eat like, with chanting. He never used to leave the weed, just putting the mouth down, eating from the plate, and then again chanting. Right? He hardly wasted any time. This is Ulta Danga in Calcutta. Ah, yeah. This is a beautiful place. We'll describe it sometime. Here, this is the place where Srila Prabhupada met him first time. And got the instructions. Yeah. Well, this is a very special thing. So he established Gaudiya Math in Calcutta, and was an altar of Radha Krishna, and just near the altar, he kept printing press, right? And he used to worship with all the paraphernalia, that printing press. Now somebody might question him, it's just a material thing, why are you worshipping him? Because he wanted to publish books. He said this temple hardly where anyone will come. Whatever we are worshipping in the temple can maybe, whoever is there only that will get impacted or affected by that. But these books, these Krishna conscious books, can transform the whole world. And that's the mood Srila Prabhupada got. The most pleasing activity for Srila Prabhupada is distributing his books. Srila Prabhupada, we can keep talking about it, but got 2 instructions from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. One, preach the message of Krishna all over the world when he met there, right, in English. And if you ever get any money, print books. Those are the 2 instructions Srila Prabhupada got from his spiritual master, which he fulfilled. After, when he came to US and traveled around the whole West. So this is the instruction he got. The main instruction was, if you ever get money, print books. And this book distribution, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur called it as Brahad Mridangam. Mridangam, like we do Sankirtan, right? So he said the sound of Mridangam can go only to that far. But these books can go to each and every part of the world. They can transform the lives even after 100 years, right? If I get the book, I might not read it, but somebody in my family can read it up, after me. So it will spread like a wildfire, right? And that's what Srila Prabhupada did. His books changed the whole world with Krishna consciousness. It filled the whole world with Krishna consciousness. This is a beautiful, beautiful place in Ultadanga when we got the chance to go the last visit. Beautiful Vigraha of Radha, Shri Gandharvika Girdhari. And it is established by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur
This is
in Kolkata. Yeah, right. Very beautiful, amazing.
I'm planning to go.
You should go on to.
That's
So
what
good.
that's what I'm interested.
Yeah, recently they renovated a few years back, and they made it just like it would have been 500 years back.
I say, I'm planning to go to Mother Teresa and
That
Kali
makes
Mata.
him, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a Gaudiya, but this is old. I will send you the address.
Yeah.
And they were,
Planning to-
okay, to Kolkata. Okay. So there's a lot of things. This is Radhakund. At Radhakund also Srila Prabhupada met, and he got many instructions there. Then he got initiated. So Srila greatest contribution of, but we can say Bhaktivedanta Swami Thakur is our Prabhupada. He gave us Srila Prabhupada. A lot of instructions there. We can skip right now. I wanted to cover one thing if it is here. Okay. Come on. Yeah, this is. So this is a Gaudiya Mutt in Kolkata. When he left his body, can you see there is a clock, right, on the wall? It is stopped when he left the body. All the clocks in that mutt stopped right at that time when he left his body. So those were the divine messages that he was a great soul. It was 5:30 a.m. So some of the clocks they all still they have it in the rooms where it is still shows 5:30 a.m. all the time. So these are our real heroes, these acharyas, not a sports person, not a who's like Ronaldo or who else, right? Huh? Messi or a movies, Amitabh Bachchan or who else these days? Kohli or any movie star. No, these are our real heroes, right? So we should study their lifetimes, their biographies. And who is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in the Nitya Leela of Radha Krishna? Rati Manjari. Nayan Mani Manjari. Rati Manjari is, I think, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Nayan Mani Manjari in Golok Vrindavan. So we are in the shelter of such a great parampara. So, but a lot of teachings. I mean, I think there is a book also, and how much can we do once a week? I don't know. Difficult to cover everything, but there is a nice book which is called as Amrit Vani, and lot of beautiful question answers are there. We should read it sometime. So anyway, so Queen Kunti's prayers, right? How she was surrendered to Krishna is, and giving all the glories, all the credit to Shri Krishna correctly, and then we also discussed about Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. These are the real devoted or real surrendered souls who teach us by their example. So Hare Krishna, any questions? We have Ajay Prabhu and Reena Mataji also on the call. Anyone has any questions, any additions, any corrections?
Prayers, Queen 20.
I think 3-4 prayers are more there. So today we covered 3. So next session we'll try to cover prayers.
I think, like, as we discussed before, I was thinking, like, since we have covered everything, one session we should keep so that.
Revision.
like,
Yeah.
revision, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that, like, we do reading lot of, then as a revision kind of thing, so that everybody can share.
That's a good idea. So everyone start revising. There are a lot of
Yeah.
prayers, right? Good thing.
Yeah.
Everyone has Bhagavatam set, I hope. If not, let us know. Everyone should have Bhagavatam set.
No, at the end, you can skate truck only.
Yeah. Thank you, truck. So
And he's also into the Krishna service.
Yes, that's fine. No, when you start reading, there is no end, lot of books are there. Bhagavatam, Ramayana.
right. Yeah, so as I said, we are able to give glimpses of everything, but we have to do a lot of study because we are not meeting every day. Even meeting every day is not enough. We cannot cover everything. But this should at least inspire us to read more, right? If we are interested. So just a couple of things. Today, dates coming up. So we'll have a special memorial program. Okay. 4 p.m. 10 a.m. Sorry. So January 4th, 10 a.m. We'll have a special program for Padmath Prabhu. Thank you, Tamataji, for I had in that mind but couldn't figure out the dates. Thank you for expressing that, pushing it. Yeah. Thank you. So we will. It will not be like a big, large public program. Only people who are connected with him and who really appreciate his services, who could understand his mood, his services. Right? Not for everyone.
He is the founder member for this Bhakti.
Founder. He's the founder of this. Yes. That's the idea. And then we will have what date I have is 30th or 20th for our Mahotsav. Yes. I have to even read without glasses. Okay. Hari bol. Yes. It works out for you now. So.
And you know, all the kids, you are so lucky when you start, when you are a young age, you started all this Bhagavad Gita and everything. And appreciate your parents all the time.
Hari bol. So again, the date for 4th January program is 10 a.m., not 4 p.m. My apologies for that. And 10 a.m., right? Yeah. Okay. I think my medicine is working now. Okay. Hare Krishna. Better I stop now. So thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you, Ajay Prabhu. Thank you, Rina Mataji. Thank you, Rina Didi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.